Hey, FedCap family, it's Financial Friday again, and I'm Keith Reed, the supervisor for Work Readiness Instruction here in our Bronx WeCare FedCap office. And what we've been doing over the past several weeks is going over various aspects of, through lessons, various aspects of how you save money and invest money, because we work very hard with you to see to it that you become employed and to help you get employed. And once you've done that, the thing you have to do next is, after you pay your bills and you pay down your debt, what else do you do with the residual dollars that you have left over? You should be investing that money. And over the past several weeks, 10 or 11 weeks, I've lost count, honestly, we've been doing Financial Friday series, and these lessons are geared toward helping you know what to do with your money and where you should best invest it. Let's just go over a few. Let's just do a quick recap. Our first video was on mutual fund basics, the basics of mutual funds. Our second video was how to select the right mutual fund. Our third video was types of mutual funds. Our fourth video was making sense of investing. Our fifth video was conquering your fears about investing. Our sixth video was about paying down your debt. Our seventh video was about how to create a family budget. And finally, our eighth video was the importance of saving. That's the title. So those are the titles, the importance of saving for retirement. That's the title on the eighth one. So, and there are a few more, right? So you can go to our POBX location on the YouTube site, right? And you can go there and look at all of the videos that we've uploaded since we started this virtual classroom session on called Financial Friday, and how to invest your hard-earned money so that your money can work for you and earn you income while you sleep. That's something we all would like to do. We'd like to be in a position that when we invest our money and we're asleep, our money is still making money, because that's really how the big boys, quote unquote, quote, that's how it works for them. And I'd like that to work for you as well. And it can if you know what you're doing. Today's lesson, though, is when should I buy, when should I hold, and when should I sell my investment? Let me repeat that. When should I buy, when should I hold, and when should I sell my investments and my mutual funds? With the exception of how to establish a family budget, every single Financial Friday session has been about how best to select and invest in mutual funds, because we here at FedCap believe one of the best ways to enhance your earnings power from your investment is to invest in a mutual fund. Sure, most of us have been saving in the same old blah, blah, bland savings account, the bank savings account. Now, I don't have anything particularly against the same old blah, blah, bland bank savings account. Personally, I don't have one. And I don't because I believe, and I've believed since 1997, I've honestly believed that you can get a better rate of return on your dollar if you invest in a mutual fund or a money market mutual fund. So let's just talk about what you should do from the standpoint of when should you buy, when should you hold, and when should you sell your investments when perhaps in a mutual fund they're really not performing the way you need them to perform, or the way they promised that they will perform when you first opened your own account. So let's talk about the buy part. You should buy into a mutual fund when you have paid off all of your debt. Yes. Once you've paid off all of your debt, then it's the right time to begin to invest those extra dollars into an investment that works for you and your family. You say, Mr. Reed, why should I put off investing until I pay off my debt? Because debt payments act as a drag on the investment. So if you're paying 8 to 9%, actually if you're paying 15 to 19% really on debt, and you're earning 7 or 8% on your investment, you're behind a good 9 to 10 points. You're not ahead, you're behind. It's not a good place to be, right? So we want to pay off our debt, and then we want to move into investing. You should buy into a mutual fund that consistently meets the goals and objectives you've established with the fund manager, or I should say the fund salesperson who helped you open the account. And if no salesperson helped you open the account, then you have to establish what your goals and objectives are that you want to accomplish over 5 to 10 years out, that the fund should be able to meet that. And you can find that information out by researching all different types of funds that you'd be interested in investing in. You should buy into a fund that has had a steady performance rate over the past 5 to 10 years. 5 to 10 years. That's a solid length of time to really determine if the fund is being managed well, and if it's being managed well, therefore its performance is doing pretty well, pretty rock solid, pretty solid and consistent. You should buy into a fund whereby anytime that you buy or sell shares, you don't take a great big tax hit, right? So hence you would look at one of the videos that I talked about in my open, right? How to invest in retirement accounts. That's important because there you get the protection from the tax man that you wouldn't get in an ordinary non-retirement investment account. So basically, you want to also you want to also invest in funds that will not bring you negative returns. So those are the reasons why you should buy into your mutual fund. So let's talk about holding. Why should I hold a fund? How long should I hold a fund? You should not sell a fund you should not sell your funds just because the market is going in a down direction. Mr. Reed, what do you mean? If the market's going in a down direction, I should get out now. No. Actually, no. In mutual funds, since they are a long-term investment, not a short-term investment, they are long-term by nature, oftentimes the shares become cheaper to purchase and you can get more for your money. So you should hold. You should not necessarily sell simply because the market takes a downturn. Besides, if you get out, guess what? You have to pay taxes on any money you earn in your fund. So stay, and you'll still have to pay taxes, but you won't have to pay taxes on the sale. You'll have to pay taxes on the earnings. So stay in the fund and ride it out. Try to ride it out if you can. You should hold your fund if your shares are still producing long-term investment for you, if it's still solid and it's still strong. You should hold your fund shares as long as you are making money. If you're really simple, now that's a simple one, right? If you're making money, hold your shares. Don't sell, right? Because there's always going to be, if it's a non-retirement investment account, there's always going to be the obligation you have to pay taxes on your increase, on your investment. You should hold your shares in your mutual funds as long as the fund manager is a competent individual. As long as he or she is a competent individual who knows what he or she is doing and managing the fund well, then you should be in a good place. Now, when should you sell? Well, the opposite. If the fund management is poor, you need to start considering selling. So no one wants to give their money to someone who maybe they were good before, and lately they've just not been really paying attention to the store, and therefore the fund is losing money, and therefore you're losing money. So you should sell at that point. You should sell if you can't stomach the topsy-turvy of the investment world, the marketplace. If the topsy-turvy world of investing upsets your stomach too much, you need to not be in it, because you're going to have good times and you're going to have not so good times in the world of investing, right? So my advice is that if the topsy-turvy world upsets your stomach too much, then you need to probably not be there. All right. You should sell when you find out that there's the possibility of consolidation of the funds. In other words, the bigger fund swallows up the smaller fund. Now that could be a problem. It could be a tax problem, and it could be an investment performance problem. Sometimes a bigger company comes in and makes changes, and they're not necessarily in your best interest. For example, they raise fees to manage your fund. The new guy comes in, swallows up the little guy. And so now the new company says, Mr. and Mrs. X, we're going to have to pay more money for us to manage your fund. They lose your account in the transfer. That's a problem. And it occurs often sometimes when a big company comes in and swallows up the small company. They may lose track of your account. They may not even know you exist. That could be a major problem. Might be a good idea to consider getting out just before the consolidation consolidates itself. And you should also consider getting out of the fund whenever the fund simply is just not moving in the direction that you want the fund to move in. In other words, as an investor, you establish what your goals and your objectives are. And when the fund management moves in a different direction, then you need to part ways with that fund company and move to another fund company. Very simple. So those are the things I wanted to talk about. When do you buy, when do you hold, and when do you sell your investments in a mutual fund? What's the best thing for you to do? So you can follow my advice and the key points I've just laid out for you today. And I'm sure that as you continue to research how best to invest, you will find that what we're offering here at FedCap for our Financial Fridays are solid things and good things for you to use as you make a decision on how to invest once you start working, right? Once you start working and start earning an income. So again, I'm Keith Reed. I'm the supervisor for Work Readiness Instruction. And this is another session in our Financial Friday series. And we will continue to bring these series to you so that you can continue to get information that will help you best invest the money you have and the money you make during your working years and even your retirement years as well. All right. So I want you all to stay safe, be well, pay close attention to some of the videos and the place I told you to visit, right? For the videos that we've done in the past, just to help you with a little recap, right? And we look forward to hearing from you, and we look forward to seeing you when you all return back to our workshops here at the Grand Concourse location. I want you all to have a great and safe day. Thank you.